Hello everyone. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I just finished up a Facebook Live with my friend Mark Kerr. If you haven't, uh, you can check it out at um, the Gentlemen's Club. And it's something called the Gentlemen's Hour. We do a weekly live and we just talk about a topic that's popping on the day. And I'm gonna sort of let it flow on a little bit into this live because it's a topic that I really love, and it's something that it's very kind of infectious, and so I wanted to talk a little bit more about it, and that is the topic of vulnerability. I had an amazing conversation with a good friend that I hadn't seen for quite a while, and um, one of the things that he had done in his life was actually expose like a secret to his family and his friends that he'd been sort of living with for over 20 years, and it just was really amazing to see the vulnerability and the presence that he had with having this conversation and like talking about it. And you could tell there was a lot that had gone on, but um, he had this there was just this vulnerability about it, and it was amazing, and it reminded me and inspired me to be more of that in my life and to have that with people that we see every day, because we have so many possibilities for these vulnerable conversations that are like actually authentic and create a different possibility. Like they truly are an invitation to a different reality. And yeah, I found it really, really inspiring, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And um, you know, just some of the elements of being vulnerable are like having no walls and barriers up to anything, and that's not always a comfortable place to be. It's like when you have no walls and barriers to anything, you start to receive way more. And with that vulnerability, you also have to be really honest with yourself, because it's about exposing what is actually going on for you with that, and not having not making the judgment more relevant or real than what's actually going on. Like being willing to you know expose what you might have judged is wrong about you or bad about you or great about you, and still having no point of view about it, like being willing to expose it and just receive everything as it comes. Um, for me, it's one of those things that it's like it definitely isn't something that came naturally to me. It's like I have certain people that I can have those conversations with, but being present and vulnerable with someone that I don't know you meet in the post office or something, it's like it's not often what people are actually even looking for, but there are so many great conversations that you can actually have, and there's I don't want to say a deeper level, but it's like I think there's something in all of us that actually yearns for and desires to have these different conversations. And um, when you have a conversation that is true, and someone is really exposing themselves, you sense it and there's something different about it. And you can also, especially as an X-Men, you get the awareness of everything else that went along with that, everything that they'd been hiding before that, everything that they'd been using energy to prevent or to stop or to keep away from everyone else. And the difference in a person when they're willing to be vulnerable and they're willing to expose a secret, if that's what it might be, or just be vulnerable about where they are in their life, it's like it's an amazing power and a potency, and it's actually a real gift. Often vulnerability can be seen as like a weakness, but when you're in the face of vulnerability and when you're in the presence of it, you cannot help but see anything other than the power and the potency of it. So you know, I would like to invite all of you guys. It's definitely a demand that I've made of myself, is to be more vulnerable, and I would like to invite you to that as well. It's like, where could you be vulnerable in your life that you haven't been willing to be vulnerable? And what if you just started with wherever you are right now? It's like, what if you could start by being vulnerable with you and expose to you what you haven't been willing to expose before? And the next conversation that you have, even if it's to order a coffee or whatever it is, what if you had just lowered your walls and barriers, be present, and see what shows up? So I hope you enjoy playing with that. I hope you guys are doing well. It feels like it's been ages since I've seen you. I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, let me know what's happening. And thank you so much for listening. I hope it contributed to you, and I'll see you all next week. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.